I'm perfect in my defects. I'm perfect in my defects. We get told you're not tall enough, you're not, rich enough, you don't got abs and everything else, you lose short and everything else. Yet, we as men, we know that there's perfection in our defects. The very defects that women point out, a 4'5" man that is a truck driver or a train driver, he's bringing in the same amount of money, even more than somebody who's a blue collar worker. So the world does not measure the defects the way the female does. So we allow ourselves to magnify our defects. And these are not defects, by the way, but the defect is in the eyes of the woman because she has, okay, the idea of mating strategy and everything else. But now it's been blown out of proportion. It's blown crazy out because of social media. So you have to say to the woman that says, "Oh, you're too short." You know what? That's okay. Accept that and says, "I'm perfect in my defect," because soccer players are not necessarily always tall. There's short soccer players scoring goals, making millions of dollars. Life does not discriminate against skill and value. I'm gonna repeat that. Life does not discriminate against skill and value. So if I'm 5'1" and I'm an amazing investor, do you think that these people will not invest with me because I'm too short? They're not gonna give me their money to invest for them if I'm getting results? Of course not, because it's about the value you bring to the world. Now you have a creature that's born with the value. She's pretty, her eyes are right, and everything else, and she's going to tell you you're too short. Accept that. Says, you know what, you're too pretty. Go ahead and be with the best you can be with. But as men, as long as we produce value within ourselves, that's what's important, to be disciplined. Don't become alcoholics. Don't become weed smokers, chronic weed smokers, drug addicts. But build yourself up on some good value and serve the Most High. It's important to have a hierarchy of power. When you do that, your value, no matter what your height is, no, I got a siren going on behind me. No matter what your height is, the value that you bring, the world will not reject. There's no company that will say to you, sorry, we cannot. There's no company that will say to you, sorry, we cannot hire a 5'5" mechanic. We heard that you're the best diesel mechanic, but we cannot hire you because you're just too short. We prefer 6'5" mechanics. There's no company that says, I know you're a great plumber and we can solve our problem. We have a leakage in the pipe, but I have a preference that we want plumbers of the, you, if you come through with the skill set, you get from the world what you deserve from the world. And then you remove yourself from the circumstances that belittle you in terms of height and go to other places, because there are other places that they're not steeped in stupidity of looking at the superficial value. When you do that, those that were superficial, they'll feel the heat eventually. And they'll yearn for you. And they would have kept your contact. They'll reach out to you, just say, look, sorry, thank you. Your words motivated me to be great, because I realized that at my height of 5 foot whatever, I was not good enough. But apparently, as a 5'5" mechanic or 5'5" boiler maker, I was good enough for companies, and I made 5'5" money, and now I bought a 5'5" house, and I have several 5'5" cars, and I take 5'5" vacations. But thank you so much for reaching out. I appreciate that. Go ahead with your life and be beautiful. Oh yeah, that's right. Beauty is not eternal. It does go away.